Tyrese, the last time that we had you on this show, it was right after you were traded from Sacramento to Indiana, and the emotions, they were still running high at that point. How are you feeling now, 8+ months out?
Obviously, I've had time to accept things. I've matured a lot, grown a lot, and I'm just really excited to be here in Indiana and keep growing here.
I read that for a little bit, though, it was hard for you to accept. Why was that?
You get drafted as a rookie, you show a lot of love somewhere, they show you a lot of love back. But decisions are made, it's a business at the end of the day. It's easy at a young age to put those into emotional feelings or whatever, but you learn to mature, you understand it's a business, and you move on.
What individual goals have you set for yourself and then for this team?
I think, me personally, I want to be a 20-10 guy in the NBA. That's something that I feel like I can do. I want to be an all-star. Those are definitely two things that I think are very much so a possibility. But I think for me and this team, we're so young that I think the emphasis for us is to grow every day and learn every day. We're being put in situations that we've never been put in.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody, right? From me being a primary guy, I've never really had to do that before, to being so young that, there's games where we get down early and we got to fight our way back and figure it out. And, maybe we're not getting the calls, maybe we're not getting, our shots aren't falling. These are situations we've never been in together as a group. So just figuring that out every day, figuring out how we can grow, because we got a lot of young guys who, are going to be here moving forward, and, just want to keep growing and learning together.
The NBA just announced that it would be streaming all of Victor Wembanyama's games, and one of your strengths is your playmaking ability. So from that perspective, how can he open up an offense for a team?
I think just his length. Obviously, he's a generational talent. I'm sure everybody's said that by now. He spaces the floor in so many different ways. He's doing things that you've probably never even seen on the NBA floor. So he does a lot of different things well, and I think he'll have a great career in the NBA.
Let's talk about your teammate, Ben Mathurin. He's one of two rookies averaging over 20 points per game, along with Paolo Banchero. What have your impressions been of him early?
He's been awesome. He's been as advertised. Coming in the draft process, you can see his hunger for the game of basketball. You can see his body and how it's already NBA ready, and he can score with the best of them. So it's not a surprise to see him doing what he's doing. He's been doing it all training camp, all preseason, and so it's not a surprise he's doing it now. His games have kicked off, and there's still a lot of room for him to grow. There's still a lot of room for us to grow in our relationship, and I think that he can do a lot of things super, super well, and I'm really excited to move forward together.
Before we let you go, I just want to get some quick answers on these, right? Just boom, 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 boom. Okay, don't think too hard about it. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's get it. Bigger Indiana icon, Larry Bird or Reggie Miller?
Reggie Miller.
Favorite jersey when you were a kid?
Oh, what a Toronto Raptors purple with the dinosaur.
All right, there you go. What was your welcome to the NBA moment?
John Wall chased me down on New Year's Eve and blocked me. I thought I was going to dunk on him, and I was out for a couple games after that. So definitely my welcome to the NBA moment.
Welcome to the NBA moment. Favorite player not named Tyrese Haliburton to wear number 0?
Oh, probably Dame.
Probably, even though that's the letter O, and not number 0. Oakland, Oregon, Ogden.
Wait, what you said? You gotta say that again.
And a guard, 6'2", from Weber State, the reigning NBA Western Conference Player of the Week, wearing the letter O, Damian Lillard.
Dame says that he doesn't wear 0. He's now Damian Lillard wearing the letter O because it's Oakland, where he's from, Oregon, where he plays, and Ogden, where he went to college. Oakland, Oregon, Ogden. Oakland, Oregon, Ogden.
Okay.
There you go.
I see that. Everybody wanted to wear 0 growing up because D'Angelo Russell wore it in college. So that's why I wanted it in college. I couldn't get it in college. I got it in the NBA. But probably Dame. Dame's probably the answer.
All right, Dame is the answer. I know last year you gave us a blast of Let Me Love You. What's the '1 song on your playlist right now? You know you're gonna have to give us a blast and pick carefully.
Probably Come Through by Drake. Yeah, that's my
it.
Bless me coming out of the
way. There it is, Tyrese Haliburton. Thank you so much for joining us here on NBA Today, and I'm sure we'll be seeing you back here soon.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.